What's up guys, this is your favorite fanfic YouTuber, the Fanfic Majesty, and welcome to another amazing video. You can follow me on Patreon for exclusive stories. 8DN98. Redhead identity. Garp's redhead mentality exploded, seek full order. Advertisement. Garp's voice sounded, making the redhead stunned for a moment. How did it happen? Didn't the report say that Garp was hunting pirates in Rogue Town? I just saw the news half a day ago. Garp is home now? Maritime news is delayed again, Beckman said helplessly. Boom. Garp was like a ferocious shell at this time. The ship hasn't landed yet. With a bounce, he jumped directly in front of Hongfa and the others. Of course Garp doesn't think that a big pirate with red hair will really bully a child. But he still wants to say that, because after the B***** D came last time. Luffy has been clamoring to become the One Piece. And ate the Nika fruit of the sun god. The redhead must have mistook Luffy for Roger's blood. To bring Luffy to the pirate way. How long has it been since then? Do you still dare to come? Damn redhead. Fistbone meteor. Garp blasted out with a terrifying punch from Haki. Even redheads change their complexion, pull out the famous knife griffin, cover armament Haki, and block. A loud bang. The raging shockwave directly blows Luffy and Little Uda into the air. Seeing this, Garp and the red hair restrained their calendars at the same time. The two stretched out a hand each. Garp grabbed Luffy with one hand, and the redhead stopped Uda with one hand. Then the two distanced themselves and remained vigilant. What are you doing here? Garp guarded against the redhead like a wolf. If the red-haired guy dares to act recklessly, even if he is the only one right now, he's going to try to take them down too. Garp-san, don't be nervous, we're just passing by. The redhead waved his hand and said hastily, he didn't want to start a war with Garp. You think I'll believe your nonsense? Don't think I don't know what you're up to. Get out of here immediately, or don't blame me for being rude, Garp said bluntly. Leave immediately. The redhead thought for a while, and felt that there was no need to confront Garp head-on. Mainly because of the matter of guiding Luffy before, it also made the red hair a little embarrassed. After all, I met my parents, besides, they're leaving, they're pirates. Go back and find a hidden coastline and land again. How could the pirates really listen to Marine? Wait a minute, I haven't defeated Shanks yet, I'm the man who is going to be the king of Marine. Seeing that the redhead was about to leave, Luffy was dissatisfied. D Luffy, are you still talking nonsense? Garp hammered down on Luffy's head in one fell swoop. Just thinking about whether to take down the red hair desperately. Look, Luffy started talking nonsense again. Said that 437 is going to be the Marine King, etc. Marine King? Garp originally watched the red hair and others leave. All of a sudden, it landed on Luffy, and it was unbelievable for a while. Luffy, what kind of king did you just say you were going to be? Peeved. Seeing Garp who was asking the question, the tea that Ren had just poured into his mouth spurted out. How could this supreme classic quote come out of Garp's mouth? Could it be that there will be another, quiet king addiction? Kizaru Akainu next to him looked puzzled. Isn't it because Garp is not sure? Why don't you ask again? Why does Ren-san's reaction seem a little big? It shouldn't be. It is normal for Garp to have a big reaction in the video. King Marine, Luffy said as a matter of course. Isn't it One Piece? Garp was really afraid that he heard it wrong again. No, I'm the man who wants to become the Marine King, Luffy said with a pair of small hands on his hips, proudly. Garp was finally completely sure at this moment, his eyes widened, and he looked at Luffy in disbelief. What the hell happened here? Could it be that the powerful strength I showed just now made Luffy recognize the identity of Marine? That's right. That's it, knowing that the problem is so easy to solve. He has already started. Suddenly, Garp suddenly looked up at the redhead. Boom. Garp suddenly burst out with a powerful and ferocious aura. Redhead. Stop. Since it's so useful, Garp doesn't plan to be polite anymore, but plans to strike while the iron is hot. To press the red hair, once again show more powerful force. Advertisement come to firm up Luffy's idea of being a Marine. Is Garp crazy? A guy who wants to fight us all? Beckman wondered. Although you Garp is awesome, man. But one man is going to fight them all. Will it be a little too big? You must know that they cooperate with each other tacitly, and their combat power is not as simple as 1+1. He looks a little overexcited, I don't know what stimulated him, let's slip away. The red-haired Garp has never seen such an excited Garp. Not out of wrath, nor out of justice, it's just pure excitement. Drugged? The redhead can't help but wonder. Open black lens bracket number 1 Whitebeard. Garp, you really dare to say that you think that Luffy recognized your true strength before you recognized Marine? Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket number 2 Whitebeard. It must be, you didn't see him so excited that he wanted to beat the redhead fat, you definitely think so, close black lens bracket. Hiss. Grandpa is amazing. Sooner or later, I will become the Marine King, surpass Shanks, and let Grandpa work overtime. Luffy is also excited to watch, he also wants to hunt down Shanks like Grandpa. Garp number 2. The one in the back is unnecessary, Luffy. Open black lens bracket Garp number 1. Ahem. Close black lens bracket Whitebeard has a clue. Number 1 Garp couldn't help but feel guilty, he took it for granted at the time. I never thought this was supposed to be my highlight moment. This moment has turned into a moment of death for some people. Garp would love to find a hole to dig in. What was I thinking at that time? Oh, Luffy, my good grandson. Garp chased for a distance, seeing the redhead slipping away so fast, he had no choice but to give up in the end. Turn around and pick up little Luffy, that is to drive Rua. My beloved grandson finally figured it out, he's going to be a marine. It's so good. Garp was ecstatic at this moment, and it was difficult to control his emotions. Open black lens bracket Garp number 2. That's great. Close black lens bracket number 2 Garp is very envious. Looking back at the number 2 video, my grandson is still clamoring to become the One Piece king in the video. Hey. There is no harm without comparison. What's so good about One Piece? It's not good to be the Marine King, how easy it is for Grandpa to do things in the future. As long as the strength is in place, there is no situation where you cannot be promoted. Anyway, in the world government, there are nobles who owe Garp favors. Not to mention Marine, who gets stuck in Luffy's path to quality. Grandpa can make you a veritable relationship king. Although with Luffy's talent, probably not needed. Grandpa. What are you doing? Your beard is so prickly, you're drooling. Hey, the water is on my face. Little Luffy tried his best. The result is still useless. Ren, do you really plan to stay in the village of Windmill? Halfway, Garp couldn't help but be wary when he saw Ren who was walking, hugging Elisa and Robin on the left and right. Garp-san. Is already settled. HMPH, don't spoil the kids. Garp thought the problem shouldn't be serious. Ace hasn't been found for several years, so it should be fine. It's the one called Sabo, who hasn't appeared recently. Because I don't like the Goa Kingdom very much, every time Garp's warships stop directly at my door. And never say hello to any official. Garp didn't even pay attention to people coming from the noble side. It's hard to go back home, and you still want to meet those unappetizing nobles? Don't do it. Really, I'm a good role model for Marine. Did Garp misunderstand me? Could it be that the recent vacation is too long, and Garp-san is envious? Robin, although your idea is a bit dark, I think it's very possible, but I'm not behind on government affairs, Ren said speechlessly. Elizabeth gave Ren a look. What do you mean you didn't fall behind? Sister Robin didn't fall behind. Yes. Dab, in a moment, Makino Tavern, Ren the redhead stares. Ren big brother. Little Uda was very happy when he saw Ren, and ran over directly, hugging him. Hang on to Ren like a koala. Damn, Shanks envied. You must know that when on the boat, little Uda looks like a little adult. They seldom hug their old father, but this also shows that coming this time may be the right choice. Advertisement. Did you cause the commotion at the port just now? Met Garp? Ren asked. Well, that guy Garp didn't know what medicine he took wrongly. He was very excited. I hope we don't meet him for the time being. The red-haired man also has a strange expression on his face. After the two drank a lot, Uda was taken outside by Robin for a walk after being informed by Ren. You came to see me this time? Uda is wanted, the redhead said rather depressingly. I saw it. The reward is 76 million Baileys. The first reward, a little girl. The reward is not low, since there are so many survivors in Alicia. It is impossible to hide the secret completely. I heard that your business has a way to help people whitewash their identities to a certain extent. She is only 9 years old. Once listed as the world's most wanted criminal, her musical talent and her musical dreams may never come true. After all, we are sea thieves. We have the treasure, you can set a price. The redhead looked at Ren seriously. Being able to find this way shows that you have spent a lot of effort, but why didn't you ask me directly? Who knew that in this industry, you are the leader? The red-haired said speechlessly. Uda's matter is a little tricky, it must be inconvenient for you to bring it with you. Wait. Shut up. I'm not giving Uda to you, I'm asking if I can clear my identity as a wanted criminal. In your capacity, you must have communicated with the 5 elders in secret, judging from the results, you didn't reach an agreement? As soon as Ren said this, the barrage suddenly became lively again. Number 2 Kaido. What do you mean? Redheads can communicate directly with 5 elders? Besides pirates, there is another layer of identity? Open black lens bracket number 2 Golden Lion. Could it be 5 elders undercover agent, close black lens bracket? No. 2 Red Earl. Not impossible, the 5 elders are insidious. Open black lens bracket number 2 Whitebeard. Red hair. Close black lens bracket. You know that too? The red-haired man was surprised when he heard what Ren said. The secret of his life experience is almost impossible for others except Captain Roger and 5 elders to know. You also participated in the Valley of the Gods war back then? The redhead quickly thought of something. It's sort of. What kind of conditions did the 5 elders offer? Take Uda to them for training and they will withdraw all warrants and ensure her safety. All. The redhead said in a deep voice, isn't this a sheep entering a tiger's mouth? So I said no, things targeted by the 5 elders are not so easy to operate. The child is innocent, it's really like Roger, I know, but her power and threat are indeed great, and it's only natural for the old men to be vigilant. Even you can't help it? Not really. Any solution? Keep Uda in the Iron's Chamber of Commerce. No. It's very inconvenient for you to take him around. If you neglect one day, it may lead to a major tragedy. Do you want to harness Uda's power too? Do you think I need it? It is undeniable that her ability is very powerful, but for me, it is not necessary. Compared with this, I want her to have better success in music. At once. The red hair was silent. The current red hair pirates is in a period of ferocious rise. The strength is very strong, but there are also many enemies. There is a place in New World, but it has not been fully established, and it does not have its own big power. If you keep silent, I will take it as acquiescence. No, no. Okay. The red-haired scratched his head in distress. Then think about it slowly, Rennes said and left. Not long after leaving the door, he said to Elisa, get ready to sail. You won't. After being married for many years, Elisa knew what Rennes was planning. When he makes a decision, he will have to go in the year of the monkey. He came to me. In fact, he already has an idea in his heart. I will make this decision for him. In the future, everyone will have good songs to listen to. By the way, bring Luffy with you. If Ace and Sabo, they will also take Garp's ship in a few days and become Marines to sharpen themselves. It's time for them to hone their true strength in battle. Clear. Ahahaha, that's great, Ace Sabo, are you planning to be an intern on my ship? Today is really a blessing. Good, good, great. When passing by Garp's house, you can hear Garp's ecstatic voice again. Open black lens bracket number 1 Whitebeard. Is Garp an idiot? Didn't he realize it wasn't his fault at this time? Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket number 1 Sengoku. Sometimes I'm a bit stupid. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket number 1 number 2 Garp. Close black lens bracket. And Garp's ecstasy disappeared completely the next day. Vice Admiral Garp, the big thing is not good. Superintendent Rennes is on the voyage. The assistant driver hurried to the Tape's house early in the morning and said, what are you panicking about? Rennes is sailing. That's a great thing. 4 joys. Ha ha ha. Garp burst into laughter. He took Luffy away. What? Garp's smile froze instantly. At the same time, boss, something is wrong. Uda was kidnapped by Rennes, 99. Long, I have a surprise for you. I brought your daddy. Seek full order. Advertisement. Follow me. At the same time, different places, different people shouted at the same time. What? B************ D Rennes. I haven't figured it out yet. You just kidnapped me? The redhead had such an idea? But he himself is still reluctant, and he hasn't made up his mind yet. I still feel a little uneasy inside. It's not that I can't trust Rennes. If Rennes had other ideas, it could have been done in Alesia. There is no need to wait until now. His uneasiness is worrying about Uda, not ready yet. The redhead is even waiting for Rennes to come up with something to convince himself. The redhead finds it hard to convince herself. Unexpectedly, Uda was abducted the next day. That B******** D Rennes totally misses himself. What does that B******* D Rennes mean? Luffy is only 7 years old. He finally made up his mind to become a Marine, and I was going to take him with me to guide him, but you abducted me. Garp also blew his beard and stared in anger. What if Luffy's resistance is aroused and he wants to become a pirate again? That's okay. Even if Rennes is the Marine Chief Inspector, what right does he have to do this? Must catch up and save Luffy back. Open black lens bracket number 1 Sengoku. Garp, you are in the midst of blessings and don't know how to be blessed. Rennes sees that your grandson's strength is lower than Ace Sabo's, so you want to take him over personally, but you're not happy? 1. Open black lens bracket no. 1 Whitebeard. This guy with red hair is also hypocritical. He obviously begged in front of others, but he still can't make up his mind. Why didn't you know that you still have such a servile side? Close black lens bracket. Garp number 2. Ha ha ha. Seeing the red hair so nervous and furious, I feel so comfortable. Red hair. Do you see that women are also kidnapped by those who abduct their grandchildren? This is retribution. Open black lens bracket number 2 Redhead. Luffy will become the One Piece. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket Garp number 2. You. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket Redhead number 1. Luffy Admiral will make you work overtime. Close black lens bracket. Number 1 Garp. I. Open black lens bracket number 1 and number 2 Sengoku. Alright Garp, you don't have that eloquence. What are you provoking? Don't spit blood out of your anger. Close black lens bracket. Video number 2 does not have too many key growth points. The video is basically fast forwarding. Ace has already gone out to sea and started to roam the sea, and he has been connected with his highlights. And 3 years later, Straw Hat Luffy also went to sea. Fast forward now to the encounter with Kirby and Alita. It's not a highlight moment, nor is it a major growth point. Even if there is no one-on-one guidance from a famous teacher since childhood. With Luffy's powerful talent, his strength is not comparable to this small bounty criminal. It doesn't even add experience to Luffy's growth. On the contrary, Sabo is growing rapidly and has encountered many powerful enemies in the past few years. There are a few scenes worth slowing down. For example, first encountered Marine Vice Admiral for the first time 2 years ago and was surrounded. In the end, Sabo used his strategy and his strong combat power as bait. Successfully swayed the Marine Vice Admiral and led the Revolutionary Army subordinates to break through their encirclement. No small contribution has been made. At this time, seeing the strength of number 2 Luffy when he went to sea, many strong people expressed doubts. Number 2 Kaido. Garp's grandson, at this moment, although his strength is remarkable and his foundation is solid, it's not so outrageous, right? In a few years, he will have the strength to aspire to the throne of One Piece? The world-famous teacher. This speed is too fast. How did he do it? With his current strength, if he is 100 times stronger, I can beat him with a stick. Number 2 Rocks. It really doesn't look that strong. I guess it might not be as strong as the current number 1 world's 7-year-old Luffy. Open black lens bracket number 2 silver axe. I wanted out the comparison video, but the video has never been wrong. Is it possible that he gained a lot of benefits in this comparison video, and then he has the chance to become One Piece? Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket ant number 2. It may be very big, close black lens bracket. Number 2 lock doll. Don't underestimate the Straw Hat Boy. Open black lens bracket number 2 Moria. That's right, that kid is very evil, and I only now know that he is a phantom beast. If you are careless, you might suffer a lot. Close black lens bracket. Number 2 Brother Ming. Sand Crocodile, you have been famous for many years anyway, how come you were killed in the first half? That is not the grandson of number 1 Garp who has awakened the fruit. Open black lens bracket number 2 Kaido. What a worthless guy, I was scared like this by a brat, it's a pity I gave you a high look before. Gecko Moria. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket number 2 Lock Doll. Don't worry if you don't believe me, I remember a scene from the future. He and Luo teamed up to go to Derice Rosa to trouble you, clown, don't lose, close black lens bracket. Number 2 Brother Ming. I already know a little about the future, with my personality, I will be on guard from now on. If they dare to provoke me, then prepare for the group to be wiped out. Number 2 Sengoku. The number 1 video also went to see. Although the ages are different, if you take the normal route, there should be many similar scenes, and we will compare them. Close black lens bracket. Number 2 Apu. Hurry up and start mentoring Garp's grandson, I'm waiting to learn. Number 2 Kid. I can't tell, you are such a pirate who loves to learn. Video number 1, the red hair hurried out, Garp hurried out. The two met on the same street. Your Luffy was kidnapped? Your Uda was kidnapped? Yes, FK him together? Advertisement, good. Garp and the redhead don't know who suggested it first. When their companions and subordinates report, also mentions another kid on Ren boat. They just care about their kids, now look at another guy who is equally aggressive. I just remembered that Ren abducted 2 people. Go to sea. Fire, fistbone meteor swarm. God avoids. Boom boom boom, onslaught is after Ren irons. Everyone, work harder, don't be chased by others, we are the world's number 1 clipper boat made of treasure tree atom, it would be embarrassing to be chased by others. Ren stood at the bow, wearing a marine uniform, drew his sword and said. Quite the spirit of a young man. Ren big brother seems very happy. Uda was a little happy, a little worried, and sad about parting. Long before the redhead found Ren, the redhead has already hinted at Uda. Redhead knows with his sensitive position in the ocean now. Can't take any more chances with a wanted man like Uda. It would be nice if Uda was from Common, but her ability, even the world government can't ignore it. Will definitely be watched by the CPO, it's just that I didn't expect that the road I was looking for was related to Ren. But as long as Uda can be cleared, she can hope to realize her dream again. For their daughter's dream, these fathers, they will not give up and they will choose to let go. Don't worry about him, it's always been his bad taste to tease the great people in this sea, otherwise he could have sailed with Garp. Robin and Alyssa have long been used to it. Anyway, he's happy, Shanks, don't they want me anymore? The chase is so slow, little Uda said in frustration. Shanks, they treat her like a daughter, she also regards them all as her father. Don't worry, with the news and business routes of the Iron's Chamber of Commerce, it will be easy to meet them in the future, Ren said with a smile. It's all my fault for causing so much trouble for everyone. Don't think so, in life, there are very few parts that we can control, and if your musical talent is buried, it's really a pity, Shanks is rare to do something reliable. I'll try not to cause trouble for everyone, what a sensible Uda, Robin hugged Uda up. Don't be so restrictive. Open black lens bracket redhead number 1. Reliable with a hammer, I haven't made up my mind yet, you snatched me away, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket Ren. It's already this time, it's still hypocritical, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket and no. 1. How do I feel that in our pirate lineup, many people may secretly stab us with knives, close black lens bracket. Number 1 Golden Lion. I also feel the same way. The relationship between the redheads, Whitebeard, and Ren is very unusual. Maybe the positions are different, but if there is a fight, let the water go. We will suffer close black lens bracket. Number 1 Ghost Mother-in-law. I don't think they dare, even if they have personal friendship, if they lose this battle, the living space of the pirates will be completely compressed to ultimate. They have so many subordinates, how can they survive? Friendship returns friendship, but the position belongs to the position, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket number 1 Sengoku. I didn't expect Red Hair and Garp to have worked together, close black lens bracket. Number 2 Uda. I in another world actually followed a Marine Chief Inspector. Grandpa, goodbye. Ace, Sabo, see you at the training camp. Luffy stood at the bow, waving his hands to say goodbye. A cannonball landed next to little Luffy and almost fell Luffy into the sea. This time, the cannonball in Garp's hand, it doesn't matter whether it is thrown or not. Wouldn't it be very dangerous if you knocked Luffy into the sea? The red hair is also symbolic after a sword is blown out. It's just common shelling. Brothers, shoot me back. 0 for flowers. Huh, Inspector Ren, this is not a good thing, if there is a fight with Vice Admiral Garp. He dare not. Oh. Fire the guns. B************ D Ren. Don't surrender to us, dare to fire back, and still provoke us. Bring the boat over to me, I have to teach him a good lesson today. abducting Luffy, and being so rampant, Garp can't bear it.
Let's lean in too. I'm so proud and crazy, I have to teach myself a lesson. The red-haired face also turned black. Boss, we can't beat it. Advertisement. And Garp, what are you afraid of? Let's go together.
Hurry up, ha ha ha. Slip away. Ren ran away after hitting it, it's so exciting. Vice Admiral Garp, the speed of the opponent's warship is too fast, it's time to show respect. Boss, I can't catch up, it's getting further and further away.
Keep chasing, there are only these two common routes here, I don't believe where he can go.
I really want to be on Ren-san's boat too, Ace said enviously. Me too. Sabo responded. Grandpa, don't worry, Luffy will be fine. I also know that there will be no danger, I'm afraid that Luffy will be taken away. Ace and Sabo are speechless, there is no time for Ren-san. Luffy is the one who has been taken out. Time is gradually fast-forwarding in the pursuit of Red Hair and Garp. Ren and others fled for a certain distance and chose another direction. Temporarily escaped the pursuit of the red-haired Garp. No well, there is such a tacit understanding of the hidden location, isn't this ship a dragon? Is he still in East Blue? Speaking of which, Koshiro has had contact with dragons during this period. Ren commanded the ship. Only docked, 0, but suddenly recognized the dragon's ship. Although I don't want to meet the dragon, but he left in a hurry and he didn't have much supplies. Have to add on this island, and during this time, a female swordsman was going to have an accident. It was the year, but Ren didn't know which day. If you meet such a talent, the Iron's Chamber of Commerce is in great need of it. The village of Shimotsuki is not big, but the island is not small, and there are multiple villages and towns here. Number 1 Saturn Number 2. In that kind of place, there is actually a base of the Revolutionary Army. I want to see who is so courageous. Open black lens bracket Number 1 Koshiro Number 2. Looks like we have to move, close black lens bracket. Ren docks the ship the other way, but on the surface of the sea, there are a few, accidentally, dropped powder kegs left. In a short time, it won't float very far, and if Garp chases after it, you can let the dragon's ship get the first wave of attention. This is a very common island. After Ren and others landed, Elisa contacted a local branch of Irons. Get them ready. Number 1 Golden Lion. Irons Chamber of Commerce has entered every island. Such a remote place. There's also their branch? Is there a mistake, if it weren't for my base in? Sky. I suspect that I have been living under their eyeliner. Alyssa Number 1. Is it possible that we already know where you are? Ren brought Luffy and Uda to Shimotsuki village alone. If something happens, Ren can't help it, he knows something. But it is impossible to wait in one place all the time. He has his own life, if it hasn't happened yet, remind him if he can. After all, Miao Zi, a swordsman with such a talent, fell to his death just like that. That's such a pity, there's still a future number 1 swordsman. Irons is very short of talent. Pung pung pung, just walked into the famous kendo gym in this village. Ren saw the yard, biting the rope in his mouth, with a heavy object tied to the end of the rope, and pulling the heavy object with both hands. Little Zoro working hard. It's amazing. Uda and Luffy exclaimed when they saw this. You even have to exercise your mouth. Is the master in? Ren knocked on the door next to him and asked. Ren-san. The first one to come out was not the master of the kendo gym, but the dragon. At this time, the phone bug in Ren's arms rang. Ren took it out and saw that it was White's one. Ren immediately cast a sympathetic look at the dragon. Dragon, who let you be here by such a coincidence? Dragon, I have a surprise for you, 100. Luffy, fought hard against the Overlord. You Luffy one punch down. Seek full order. Advertisement White phone bug has anti-tapping effect.
At this time the phone bug rang. There is only one possibility, and that is that Garp and the red hair are catching up.
Uda and Luffy, two little ones, surrounded Zoro. Little Uda. You are amazing. Why do you need to exercise your mouth? Little Luffy. Why is your hair green? Shut up, don't disturb my cultivation. The weather is not very good today, I don't want to go out. So Zoro practiced in the yard. I didn't expect someone to disturb me. Ah, the mouth rope is loose, Uda said, pointing to the rope behind Zoro. In this state, when little Zoro spoke, the rope slipped off easily. You guys didn't interfere, little Zoro said angrily. Ha ha ha, you are so interesting, do you want to go to sea with me and be a marine? Luffy saw an interesting person, so he directly invited him. Don't. Little Zoro didn't pay attention to this boy who was younger than himself and looked like a baby. But Luffy won't give up so easily. Has anyone come? Is it someone you know? Wearing glasses, the polite Koshiro came out of the room with a surprised expression. He didn't expect the dragon who was so cautious that even children would avoid it. After being aware of the visitor, he would go out to greet him first. Could it be that this person also belongs to the Revolutionary Army? And is it very important? Otherwise, Long shouldn't be so reckless. But the dragon at this time didn't pay attention to Koshiro's words. All his attention is on Ren, especially hearing the word surprise. Long's eyes suddenly lit up, and he hurried forward a few steps, held Ren's hands, and asked excitedly. Ren-san, have you finally decided to join our Revolutionary Army? Long thought came and went, only the news for him. It is the most surprising. 440, no, what I mean by surprise is that you can go to your ship and have a look. Ren shook his head and said. It's not this one. Long's expression suddenly froze. In front of others, he has always been happy and angry. But it wasn't necessary in front of Ren, because he could always see through everything. The thought of not being Ren-san to join the Revolutionary Army. Long felt very happy and suddenly lost 9 points. Is it not convenient to say now? You'd better go and see for yourself. Okay, I'll go and see, Koshiro-san, if he needs anything, try to satisfy him, I will bear the cost, he is the member of our Revolutionary Army I told you before. I see, so this is the Lord Ren you mentioned, younger than I thought? Koshiro nodded solemnly. After finishing speaking, the dragon turned into a breeze and left. Seeing the sincerity of the dragon, Ren always felt that he gave this surprise as if it was a bit scary. I was a little embarrassed, so I turned to Elisa and said, give them a 50% discount for the next deal with the Revolutionary Army. Okay, you're so bad. Robin covered his mouth and chuckled. But your eyes are full of joy. Alyssa gave Robin a blank look. Long Chunfeng came to the coast. The first scene that came into view directly made Long's defense a little bit broken. Garp's ships are firing shells at his ships. Ivankov and Tyrant Bear were wearing hooded trench coats, hastily commanding the ship to change direction. Meanwhile, pick up the phone bug and go fast. The phone bug on Long's body rang. This is the surprise, he said. Is this a surprise? Ren-san, why did you bring Marine here? It's fine with Marine, but he's still an old man. Don't bring you such a trick, boss. You were here, don't be stupefied. The Marine Hero cassette somehow found it here. Withdraw. Ivank didn't hear the phone bug ringing nearby. Looking up, he saw the stunned dragon. Township, get out of here. I know you were here. Learn well, if I don't teach you a lesson, it's your father. Garp's dog-headed warship is approaching rapidly. Seeing the dragon's boat, I was out of breath. Throwing cannonballs with bare hands, yelling at the dragon's ship. The higher the dragon bounty, the more heartbroken Garp is. He had a chance to become the current Marine Admiral. It's a pity that after seeing the dark side of the world government during an overseas mission. Get out of Marine on the spot. Now that the Revolutionary Army is growing stronger day by day, one day in the future, they may meet each other on the real battlefield. Advertisement, what a careless child. Garp got more and more angry, and finally took off his slippers, pointed in the direction of the dragon boat and continued to shout. The corner of the dragon's mouth twitched unnaturally. The old man's temper is still so violent. Looking at the furious Garp, he immediately chose to slip away. The dragon landed on the ship. Listening to Garp's provocation, Ivankov said cursingly, is this still a Marine hero? You want to be a father right away? This year's Marine is not good enough. Ahem. Hurry up and leave, Long coughed calmly. But without much explanation, catch up, we have to teach him a lesson today. Although Garp knew that there was no chance for the dragon to turn back. But we haven't seen each other for many years, not even a greeting. Does he still have a father in his eyes? It's my fault if I can't teach well, now I should seize the opportunity. Teach him a lesson. So, the dragon ran in front, and Garp chased after. Vice Admiral Garp is really chasing the dragon, so we should be out of trouble for now, at the natural cave port just around the corner from the coast. The strong man on the irons observed this. After the white phone bug was connected by Ren, he quickly reported. It seems that the dragon will not come back for the time being. This surprise should be quite big. Open black lens bracket dragon number 1. Close black lens bracket open black lens bracket number 2 dragon. This gentleman, please be a good person. Close black lens bracket. You really didn't come to catch the dragon? Koshiro wondered if it was an enemy after all. Even used a dragon to lure away the Marine hero Garp. Even the Garp might have been brought by him. Don't worry, run away, dragons are professional. Ren said disapprovingly. Okay. Thinking of what Ryu said earlier, Koshiro barely half made Ren an enemy. I'm going to practice outside, don't follow me, little Zoro said to Uda and Luffy. Oh, Luffy responded and followed little Uda as sensible and did not keep up with the loss. Instead, he stepped forward and held Ren's big warm hand. Hurrah! Suddenly the rain poured down, and I don't know if the dragon is setting off the storm. Take the opportunity to escape Garp's pursuit. Please come in if you have anything to say. Seeing this, Koshiro quickly invited Ren into the room. Meanwhile, on the same island, the regular official port. Behind a pile of chaotic rocks, there are 5 pirate groups hiding here. It's going to rain today. Wait until we disguise ourselves as a merchant ship attacked by pirates, enter the town in one fell swoop, and loot the town at the port as quickly as possible. Krieg, 34, who is famous for his cunning and meanness in East Blue, the leader showed a cruel smile.
Good leader. The current leader of Krieg is powerful, but he has no money, nor is he the captain of 5,000 people, 50 pirate ships.
He is now in the stage of primitive accumulation of power. Number 2 Kaido. This little pirate is really unlucky. The strategy is good, but Garp is nearby. Once attacked, if the local sheriff calls for backup, it will be the Marine hero Garp.
No. 2 Golden Lion. Unlucky guy, but if you watch the video number 2, the Straw Hat Boy is fighting all the way in East Blue, and now he is fighting the Krieg leader in the restaurant on the sea.
It seems that he is in a hard fight, but the video slowed down, that is to say, is this a relatively important growth in his destiny? Number 1 Sengoku. There may also be a similar scene for comparison, maybe another Luffy will be the same as number 2 video, for this Krieg leader? Open black lens bracket number 2 Aokiji. There's a high probability it is, close black lens bracket. Number 2 Whitebeard. From the looks of it now, this should be the first formidable enemy that the Straw Hat Boy encountered after he went to sea. He is not very strong, but he has many means, and he is despicable and shameless. He is a standard pirate. Most importantly, this is also a battle to test whether the Straw Hat Boy's own belief is firm. Open black lens bracket number 2 rocks. In the face of real pirates, the fledgling Straw Hat Boy, can he strengthen his belief in becoming a pirate? The previous clowns, Alita, Colonel Monka, these even scumbags it doesn't even count. Number 2 Buggy. B**********D. Who do you think is a clown with a red nose? Open black lens bracket number 2 Silver Axe. Who is this guy? Doesn't he know that our Captain Rocks is resurrected? How dare you scold our captain? Close black lens bracket. Number 2 Golden Lion. Fast forward the video just now, it seems that it was mentioned that this guy knows red hair. Number 2 Redhead. Buggy, you finally came out to speak. I saw you were defeated by Luffy before, and I thought you might be dead. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket number 2 Buggy. Shut up Shanks, why do you think I have fallen to this point? If I hadn't eaten the devil fruit, I would be galloping on the ocean now. Number 2 Roger. Buggy. Close black lens bracket. Number 2 Buggy. Captain. Open black lens bracket number 2 Silver Axe. Damn. That clown is Roger's crew member. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket 2 Prisoner A. Hey, Mr. Buggy, you're actually a crew member of Roger, the One Piece? Close black lens bracket. In the turbulent impel down at this moment, many prisoners looked at Buggy one after another, their eyes were black. The speed of number 2 video has slowed down a lot as everyone said. Stopped at the sea restaurant Barati in a battle. Luffy is stronger than the leader of Krieg, but Luffy has always been practicing behind closed doors. Although I have wrestled with wild beasts and experienced sparring. But this time it was a real fight with people, he was constantly adapting to his physical and mental state. And also suffered from Krieg's taunt and provocation. So this fight is fierce, Luffy chose the most direct way of fighting hard. Advertisement punch and punch Krieg's alloy armor. Can't completely break Krieg's alloy armor for now. Krieg has various weapons all over his body. For Luffy, the threat is huge, holding a large gun that can explode and weigh more than 2,000 caddies. Get Luffy cornered several times, let Luffy bleed. But Luffy's will is firm, he never flinched, and still punched one after another. Finally, under Luffy's tenacious vitality and powerful combat power, Luffy shattered the big gun and alloy armor that the Krieg leader was most proud of. Narrowly defeated the Krieg leader. Open black lens bracket number 2 Whitebeard. Strong adaptability, firm belief, indeed has the potential to become a strong man. 1. Number 2 Kaido. So, you can tell at a glance that you have experienced too few fights. When I was less than 10 years old, I have already experienced many bloody battles. This kid is a bit like a man in a greenhouse. Flowers. Number 2 Kizaru. It was the first real fight, and he was able to adapt so quickly, which is already very strong. If a guy who experienced killing too early, if no one guides him, his brain will be lost in the end. Not quite normal. Number 2 Kaido. Kizaru, are you insinuating? Number 2 Rocks. You are out of your mind. Open black lens bracket number 2 Kizaru. Whoever should, will win. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket number 1 Ace. Luffy from another world, his strength is not strong at this time, is he following the path of accumulation? Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket number 1 Sabo. It's really a bit weak, close black lens bracket although it is the pirate Luffy, but Sengoku still feels prickly. 0. The happiness index of the people on my side cannot be compared with 10,000. Is it completely inferior in terms of combat power? Open black lens bracket number 2 Marco. Luffy in the number 2 video seems to have lost his way, and the place he was walking happened to be the port that Krieg was going to attack. Close black lens bracket. Number 2 Aokiji. Although the scene is similar, but number 1 Luffy is only 7 years old. No matter what, it can't be compared with 17-year-old Luffy. Even with Ren guidance, it's only one season so far. Guidance to spend time is not so strong. Open black lens bracket number 2 Kizaru. It's hard to say, the little Luffy made a move before, and it was also facing the redhead, and he was knocked down all of a sudden, and he couldn't see anything. Close black lens bracket. Number 2 Sengoku. Looks like I need to call Ren to help. Everyone doesn't think that 7-year-old Luffy is so strong. Video 1 is playing. The dragon is being hunted by Garp. Ren and Koshiro enter the room for a detailed talk. Little Zoro working out in the back hills. Luffy was walking, smelling the aroma of food, and then his soul was hooked away. I lost my way while walking and came to the official port. But I saw the port was in chaos. The pirates' disguised ship tricked the guards and entered the port town. Burning, killing and looting, the purpose of the pirates is clear. Knowing where to find valuables, obviously stepped on a bit. Brothers, hurry up and take all the valuables, Krieg said with a grinning grin. Seeing the screaming common people, Luffy froze for a moment, then angrily shouted at the pirates. Live 4.8 people. The voice is full of air, but it attracts the attention of pirates. Where did you kid come from? Didn't you pee in our scare? Get out of here, or your head will be cut off. Krieg glanced at it, and didn't take it seriously at all. Such a brat is not even worth being killed by him. I'm the brat somewhere, I'm the man who wants to be the king of Marine. Stop it all of you, otherwise I'm going to beat you up. Luffy searched. Fierce words in the stomach, finally found this one. Ha ha ha. The pirates roared when they heard this. I told you to restrain yourself, it scares the kids crazy. Marine? Lousy hates Marine the most, so let's cut you in half. The leader of Krieg walked over with a grinning grin, waving a big gun. Then the gun came down. I'm not afraid of you, Luffy tensed, but didn't back down. Then clench your fists, jump high, extremely fast, and blast towards Krieg's head. A punch hit the forehead. Krieg vomited blood instantly and flew backwards. Crashed a dozen buildings, didn't get up for a while. One punch. Get brought down, the surrounding area was instantly silent. 101. Ren. People in the world can't hold my sword, so I didn't learn swordsmanship, seek full order. Advertisement clap clap, at this moment, I just said that number 1 little Luffy needs help. As soon as the voice fell, he was ridden on the face by a flying dragon, and then shot left and right. Countless slaps. Need to call for help? Fly out with a punch? Number 1 and number 2 rocks. This F***CK is 7 years old, one punch for a second? Open black lens bracket number 1 and number 2 Aokiji. Just one season of gymnastics training is so scary? It feels like it surpasses the 17-year-old number 2 Luffy, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket number 1 and number 2 Sengoku. It's not that exaggerated, but it's also ridiculously strong. Just now Krieg was too careless, close black lens bracket. Number 2 Kaido. Even if you were careless, the gap between the two is too obvious. One is 7 years old and the other is 17 years old. In the end, the result of the 7-year-old is even stronger, with Ren help, the difference is so big. Is it? In the past, Akainu and Kizaru had a relatively long period of guidance, so it is understandable that they are strong. But this Garp grandson has not been able to count for half a year. Number 1 and number 2 Golden Lion. I suspect that it is just a piece of trash, let Ren lead it, and it can lead to a world-class powerhouse. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket number 2 Kizaru. Ren is the unique teacher of Admiral, close black lens bracket. Number 1 Garp. I agree, Garp will never show off again. No capital, no qualifications to show off. Ren is the real master of the 3 admirals. Open black lens bracket and number 2. Number 1 Luffy is the most irritating one, she still looks dazed, and doesn't know how powerful she is, close black lens bracket. And number 1. This is also his real first battle, and it is probably the first time he realizes his own strength. Open black lens bracket number 2 Aokiji. Ren-san, please develop my potential, I can bear any pain. As long as I can become stronger, close black lens bracket. Number 2 Akainu. You think so beautifully, open black lens bracket number 2 Aokiji. Don't you want to, close black lens bracket. Number 2 Akainu. Thinking. Who can refuse this? Stimulate your potential. Just as strong as a reborn, Admiral couldn't resist the temptation either. Open black lens bracket Ren. It's not that I don't want to, but at your level, the potential has been developed to the limit. No matter how exciting you are, you won't be able to achieve any speed, close black lens bracket. Video 1 is playing. All pirates are stunned. After a long time, I didn't come back to my senses, looking at the direction where the leader of Krieg flew backwards. Looking at little Luffy in disbelief, it's like seeing a ghost at this moment. I can't believe such absurd thing happened before my eyes. Their mighty, nearly invincible leader of the Krieg, gets punched and sent flying by an imp who's not as tall as his knees. Through more than a dozen houses in a row, the leader, is he dead? This is a monster. Don't panic, the leader was careless just now. He seems to have stretched his arms a little bit just now. Did he eat the curse of the sea, the devil fruit? Ah, is that big guy so weak? Luffy looked bewildered. Ahem. Damn kid, what kind of monster are you? The leader of Krieg climbed up from the ruins in the distance. His head was dizzy for a long time, and there was a blood-red, sunken small fist mark on his forehead. Blood was flowing from it, covering the whole face, looking hideous like a ghost. If Luffy's fist was bigger, it would be enough to blow his whole head off. No matter where you are a monster, Lousy will kill you, Krieg roared furiously. Almost got killed by a kid. This kind of shame, he can't bear it if he doesn't build it. It should be easy to kill him, and he happened to hit his own head just now, which is the only place that the alloy armor can protect. As long as you pay attention to your defense, this Xiaowei will be a little weird. He must die too. Go to hell. Krieg showed off his full-body alloy armor, many firearms and small barrels, all together. Unleash firepower on Luffy. At the same time, he waved the explosive gun and continued to gallop over. Your speed is much slower than Ace Sabo. Little Luffy took a step forward, and he used the 6th-style evolutionary shaving. In a flash, it appeared in front of Krieg's head again. Looking at the mark just now, Luffy couldn't move his eyes away. It's like there's a bullseye there, if you don't hit it, you won't be happy. Punch out again. So fast, Krieg's eyes widened, eyes caught. But his arm was too late to return to defense. What kind of monster is this?
Krieg gets punched hard again. Fly out again. Advertisement. This time, I didn't get up again. The captain is down.
Run away. This is a monster. The pirates can no longer find a reason to convince themselves this time. Chief Krieg is going all out this time, still got knocked down. I have never seen such a terrifying monster. If I don't escape, I am waiting to die. At this time, Krieg did not have a loyal subordinate like Ajin. Once the captain fell, there is no one to take him away now. Sabo said, The pirates are going to catch them all, don't run away. Little Luffy chased after him waving his cute little fists.
Bang bang bang. The pirates fell one by one, and within a short while they were all killed by Luffy. Grunt. After a little exercise, Luffy was hungry.
Strong strength often requires more food supplements. I was already a little hungry, but I followed the scent. Now after fighting the pirates, Luffy is even hungrier. I'm so hungry, I have to go back to eat, but which direction is the sword dojo? Little brother, if you are hungry, there is still some food in my shop, would you like some? A rescued boss said tremblingly. Although he was afraid of Luffy's strength, he was saved after all. Hope to do what I can. Is this okay? Luffy's eyes lit up. Sure. Great, uncle, you are such a good person. Sure enough, when first become the Marine King, others will give me the food. Luffy walked into the shop with uncle without any doubts. Number 2 Whitebeard. Powerful is powerful, but also naive. Open black lens bracket Garp number 2. What's wrong with children's innocence? Close black lens bracket. Number 2 Luffy. Hey, is the other one as strong as I was when I was a child? That Krieg is really hard all over, and it is very difficult to hit, but if I meet him now, I feel that 10 punches are too strong. T. Open black lens bracket number 2 Aokiji. I'm only 7 years old, Straw Hat Kid, don't compare yourself to me, close black lens bracket.
No. 2 Kizaru. Within Kua, the young admiral of the future, was already a monster when he was a child.
In the kendo arena, after a few polite chats, Koshiro got straight to the point. Did you come to the Yixin gym, Mr. Ren?
Koshiro could tell that Ren wasn't looking for the dragon.
I heard that Yixin Gymnasium has 2 outstanding disciples. On behalf of the Iron's Chamber of Commerce, I want to recruit them. Ren picked up Koshiro's brewed tea, took a sip and said. Ain's Chamber of Commerce, the world's #1 Chamber of Commerce. Not long ago, there was your branch in the town. The products are indeed very complete, and you can also deliver goods to your home on this island. It is an incredible Chamber of Commerce. However, Kuina and Zoro are still small, I'm afraid I can't do anything for the Chamber of Commerce. As soon as Koshiro said this, Ren knew that Kuina was still alive. It doesn't matter, our Chamber of Commerce also likes to pay first and then reap. We can give them better resources, a better learning environment, and more swordsmanship and swordsmanship opponents. It is only good for them, and there is no harm, or, you have other plans for your daughter? Ren gave Koshiro a meaningful look. What do you mean, Lord Ren? Koshiro asked calmly without changing his expression. There is a cadre in the Revolutionary Army named Shang. His ability can eject people's pain and memories. If you need to send someone into the Marine or world government, you should first deceive yourself. This ability is just right, and then when the right opportunity comes, return the memory, and the appearance of the dragon here makes me feel too coincidental. While Ren was talking, watch Koshiro's expression carefully. But unfortunately, Koshiro is a master of swordsmanship and a person who has cultivated his morals for a long time. Can control my emotions well. Ren couldn't see anything. He just thought that with Kuina's constitution, he would fall down the stairs and die. There are some strange things, although it is not impossible, such as hitting the head and the like, it is indeed possible to die. But there is another possibility, that is, the Revolutionary Army wants to infiltrate the Marine world government. The right fit is needed. To be on the safe side, bare abilities are the best fit. And it's too easy for Koshiro and Dragon to fake a death. But this is just a guess. There are always many coincidences in the world. Hope so. However, I still feel that they practice best in Yixin Gym, and I can't make decisions for them. Yixin Gymnasium is indeed a good place, especially with a swordsmanship master like you sitting in it, but this is not a conflict. They can first name themselves in the Iron's Chamber of Commerce and continue to practice here. Go get Zoro and Kuina. Koshiro was still going to ask their opinion. Soon a cup of tea time passed. Zoro, who was covered in sweat, and Kuina, who was 11 years old and somewhat dashing, came in front of them. Koshiro is still smiling and confident, except that the opinions of both people really need to be respected. There are still some things that he is not easy to say, after all, the man in front of him is the Chief Inspector of Marine. But it doesn't matter what the kids say. His Excellency Ren hopes that you can join the Iron's Chamber of Commerce. What do you think? Koshiro said to the two of them. Ain's Chamber of Commerce. What is that? A powerful kendo hall? Little Zoro asked in a daze. The most famous Chamber of Commerce in town? Kuina asked. Yes. I'm not interested, I just want to practice swords. Kuina shook her head and said. Advertisement, I'm going to overtake Kuina, said Little Zoro. Open black lens bracket number 2 Zoro. Kuina, are you still alive in another world? Close black lens bracket. Zoro couldn't help asking when he saw this video. As far as Zoro knows, the fate of everyone who has encountered Ren, the Gentle Marine, has been changed. Zoro wonders if Kuina from the other world is still alive. Open black lens bracket number 2 Luffy. So it was when Zoro was a child. Close black lens bracket open black lens bracket number 2 Sanji. Stupid Luffy. Are you only reacting now? Close black lens bracket. Number 1 Kuina. Of course I'm alive. You mean, the me in another world is dead? Number 2 Zoro. Dead, in the year of the video, you fell down the stairs and died. Open black lens bracket number 1 Koshiro. How could this happen? If Ren hadn't come, Kuina would have died. Close black lens bracket. Koshiro is unbelievable and unacceptable, only then did Ren feel that maybe sometimes. I really think too much. Coincidental things do happen from time to time. Open black lens bracket number 1 Kuina. Is it so easy to die? Is life so fragile? Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket number 2 Zoro. It's great that you're still alive. I'll definitely surpass you if I have the chance. Close black lens bracket. Number 2 Zoro ignited a fierce fighting spirit. Number 1 Kuina. Zoro here. You haven't defeated me until now. You can defeat him first, then talk about it. Number 1 Zoro. I have never won against you, but I have not lost in the past few years, so don't make me look like a loser. Number 2 Zoro. Tai. I can let you ignore gender restrictions and reach the highest peak of swordsmanship that all men can achieve. Ren is not surprised or busy, Kuina said. How is this possible? Koshiro was shocked when he heard this. Women are born with physical shackles, especially after they start to develop. Their body strength will not be comparable to that of men, and their body structure will also have a huge impact on swinging a sword. Basically, it is impossible to reach the peak of swordsmanship. Kuina was also stunned for a moment. She secretly heard her father tell her mother that girls cannot reach the peak of swordsmanship. In the past, she felt that she was not working hard enough. But now she feels a growing body. It is already affecting her posture and speed of swinging the sword. Her progress has slowed down. Maybe it won't be long before Zoro surpasses it. She is not reconciled. The pinnacle of swordsmanship is her pursuit since childhood. I can make you stronger and give you a better chance to surpass Kuina, Ren said, looking at little Zoro. Are you a master of swordsmanship? Zoro's eyes lit up, which is exactly what he longed for. I'm not. Ren said matter-of-factly. Then you are talking big, Zoro said with a little disdain. Not a master of swordsmanship, so how can you say you have the ability to help me? Kuina was also a little dissatisfied. She actually believed his words just now. Let yourself ignite hope that you shouldn't have. I mean, I'm not right now, but later, Ren said confidently. Father, I think he is a businessman who can only talk big. Please leave him. I'm going to practice swords. Kuina naturally didn't believe it. There is no such thing as an instant swordsman in this world. Koshiro looked apologetically at Ren too. But in fact, if it weren't for the Order of the Dragon, Koshiro would have invited Ren out. He thinks the same as Kuina. Swordsmanship is not something that can be achieved quickly. Skills may be possible in the hands of the strong, but sword intent is not. It is all about comprehension, epiphany. Ren smiled slightly. It's only natural for them to react like this. I'm going to practice too. 9-year-old Zoro also felt that it was boring. It was a waste of time. For a long time, I haven't practiced swordsmanship because I don't think it's necessary. Generally, even if I don't have any skills, there are not many swordsmen in this world. People can catch it, and if I want to learn swordsmanship, I think I only need to fight seriously. Mr. Koshiro, can you enlighten me? Ren stood up and asked for instructions. You haven't practiced swordsmanship before, and you want to challenge my father? Kuina felt that the unbelievably handsome big brother in front of him must be crazy. I haven't seen the host actually make a move. Zoro suddenly became interested. Alright. Koshiro saw that Ren was sincerely going to try, so let Xiaolu make him quit. The next moment, the two came to the courtyard. Many people came to watch at once. A wooden knife or a real knife? Of course it's a real sword. In addition, please go all out and let me experience the real swordsmanship. Then, I will surpass you. Your excellency may be powerful, but your sword skills should not be underestimated. That's Mr. Koshiro has never seen a real genius. Then I want to see and see today. Koshiro's tone turned slightly cold, even if he is a friend of the dragon. Such contempt for the way of the sword made him a little unhappy. Soon 2 swords were brought up by Kuina, 1 for each. 102. One sword opens the sky. Battered Hawkeye. Swordplay. Dogs don't practice. Seek full order. Advertisement people from the 2 worlds watched this scene in the number 1 video. Many are reminded of Ren battle with the ancient Lord of Songs not so long ago. His sword at that time was indeed very simple and unadorned. Number 1. Number 2 Rocks. What an extremely arrogant guy. The world can't handle his sword. I'd like to try it if I have a chance. Number 1 Akainu. Try it and die. Open black lens bracket Hawkeye number 2. Ren really doesn't know how to use swordsmanship. He didn't have much skill or swordsmanship to speak of in his battle with the devil. He took the road of crushing everything with force. Close black lens bracket. Number 2 Whitebeard. It is undeniable that Ren is very strong, but it is indeed a bit too underestimated. Whitebeard is also a strong swordsman. I really don't like what Ren said. Every improvement in swordsmanship is extremely rare for a swordsman. In one day, by fighting a master of swordsmanship and surpassing him? Never heard of such absurd things. Open black lens bracket Garp number 2. If someone else said this, I wouldn't agree with it, and I wouldn't believe it, but if it's Ren, it might be possible to create a miracle. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket number 2 Kizaru. Garp-san, have you become Ren-san too? Close black lens bracket. Number 2 Eagle Eye. Swordsmanship is one way. Pay attention to epiphany, and constantly challenge your own limits. Once you understand the sword, you can develop extremely powerful swordsmanship. It does not mean that the stronger the strength, the more qualified the swordsman is. Close black lens bracket. Hawkeye spoke again. He felt that Ren underestimated swordsmanship too much, with all the swordmasters in the world.
Their line of work is different from ordinary powerhouses. Swordsmen generally have a faint sense of arrogance.
Because among the powerhouses at the same level, their path is the most difficult one to walk.
But once the swordsmanship is perfect, the top powerhouses of the same level usually have to avoid the edge for the time being.
Otherwise, with Zoro's strength, how could he block the attacks of the 2-4 emperors at the same time? But in this line of work, it is difficult to get started, and it is not enough to be strong in physical skills and hockey. You have to be smart too. Number 2 Golden Lion. Maybe this Koshiro's strength is mediocre, but Ren has a strong strength as a foundation, and after learning a few hands, it is indeed possible to overwhelm him. Open black lens bracket Dragon Number 2. Koshiro's swordsmanship is extraordinary, close black lens bracket. Dragon's barrage falling. Koshiro in video Number 1. The eyes that had been squinting slightly opened slowly. Originally gentle and refined Koshiro, at this moment, his temperament, aura, and danger have instantly climbed to a terrifying level. A strong and like-minded person who can tell Zoro the true meaning of the swordsman, who can be valued by dragons. How could its strength be mediocre? An extremely sharp sword intent soared into the sky.
Koshiro wakes up like a sleeping dragon. With a sword in hand, the great swordsman's will is unleashed, and the sky is full of rain and majesty. The wind and rain are more urgent. The thunder and lightning are more violent.
Open black lens bracket Hawkeye Number 2. East Blue has such a powerful swordsman, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket Saturn Number 2. Immediately stop the Vice Admiral sent to East Blue for mission, close black lens bracket.
Previous video found Koshiro making contact with dragons.
They immediately sent a strong man there, they want to take down one of the bases of the Revolutionary Army. But now look, a Vice Admiral lead the words, I'm afraid I won't know how to die later. Open black lens bracket Number 2 Zoro. Master is so strong, close black lens bracket Open black lens bracket Number 1 Kuina. Not strong, why do you care if we can reach the peak of swordsmanship, close black lens bracket. Garp Number 2. Don't underestimate the world, there are still many strong people who hide their names and live a low-key life. Number 1 Akainu. There are people beyond people, and there is a sky beyond the sky, but my elder brother is above the sky. How do I feel that the owner of the museum suddenly became so scary? It was the first time for the onlookers to see such a fierce and formidable pavilion master. Could the host be Legendary's great swordsman? What is this? Kuina and Zoro as swordsmen, though. But the talent is extremely outstanding, looking at Koshiro, who is usually gentle, has become the king of all swords at this moment. The sharp sword intent shocked the hearts of the two little ones. Please be careful, Sir Ren. Koshiro waved the long sword in his hand slightly, pointing the sword at Ren. The sword intent was aroused, and it actually touched the thunder and lightning in the sky. A real swordsman, even if you usually hide your strength and bide your time. But once the sword is drawn, there must be an indomitable arrogance and arrogance. Zilla. 3 or 4 bolts of lightning fell from the sky, dripping into Koshiro's famous sword like water droplets. A gust of wind suddenly broke out, people can't stop going back and forth again and again. Vertical, horizontal criss-crossing invisible sword winds appeared on the ground out of thin air. Before a single blow was fired, the surrounding area was already devastated. I didn't expect Mr. Koshiro to have such a bold and unrestrained sword intent. It seems that he was also a high-spirited swordsman when he was young. Please don't show mercy. Ren held the sword in one hand and smiled slightly. As you wish. Whoosh, after the voice fell, Koshiro instantly launched a sharp slash. In the blink of an eye, Koshiro approached Ren like lightning. Asura Dao, thunderous thousand cuts, whoosh whoosh. Approaching for a moment, the sword intent is released, and when the sword comes out, there are many sword shadows in the sky. Like thousands of thunderbolts bursting at the same time. Common people can't see Koshiro's sword move at all. All I could see was the sky filled with lightning, and multiple roads converge, drowning towards Ren together. Number 1 and Number 2 Hawkeye. Such a strong sword intent. Without relying on any ability, one's own spiritual power is condensed into substance, leading to the thunder and light movie that dominates destruction. Advertisement at this moment, the pupils of the two eagle eyes suddenly shrank. Those sharp hawk eyes revealed a strong heart of war. Only the same great swordsman can arouse Hawkeye's desire to fight. It's really good. Ren raised the long sword in his hand, and without any skill, he blocked Zhang Sahai like a leisurely stroll. Your Excellency Ren, you are really powerful, Koshiro said. His sword intent was stronger. No longer reserved, although Ren is not strong in swordsmanship, but as long as he is strong, can ignite the competitive heart of the swordsman. Clang. The shadow of swords all over the sky has not dissipated yet. Koshiro teleports back a few steps, sheathing his sword. Jei draws his sword and cuts. Thunder, crackling. The sky is thundering. Koshiro draws his sword and cuts instantly. In an instant, Ren flashed and appeared behind him. Slash. Done. Clang. The figure passed by first, followed by the sound of slashing. The speed is far faster than the speed of sound transmission. Amazing swordsmanship. I like this kind of wild and unbreakable sword intent. Ren held the sword vertically. There is a clear-cut mark on the sword body, if not covered with hockey. I'm afraid that with this blow, even people with swords will be cut in half. Of course, that refers to the results faced by the General Strong. Blocked. Koshiro's pupils contracted suddenly. Before he had time to hesitate, the swordsman's instinct made him turn around and jump up in an instant. Sura Purgatory Thundering Dragon King. Roar. People are in midair, the sky is full of thunder and lightning blessing on the famous knife. He stomped on the air quickly, from top to bottom, and struck Rennes like a bolt of lightning. Surrounded by an astonishing thunder and lightning sword intent, it turned the sky full of lightning into 3 ferocious sword-sheathed thunder dragons. Opening its teeth and claws, it rushed towards Rennes swiftly and swiftly. Rennes is just an unpretentious sword, breaking the 3 Dragon King sword spirits. Clang clang clang. Then came Koshiro's whirlwind melee slash. Every hit is lightning fast, every hit is precise and tricky. Every blow is murderous, ultimate sword fighting skills. Shockingly sharp, decisive sword intent, in less than 2 minutes. Koshiro has scored thousands of hits. The collision of swords and the sound waves produced form a war song that makes people's blood boil. Everyone held their breath and watched intently, especially for swordsmen. Every move of Koshiro benefits them a lot. Master, it's amazing. Little Zoro was dumbfounded. Father. It was the first time that Kuina knew that her father's sword skills were so strong. Perhaps, it is not impossible to become number 1 in the world. Although Kuina doesn't know how strong the world number 1 is. And when everyone is immersed in Koshiro's extremely fast and superb swordsmanship. Ren said suddenly, it's almost my turn to attack. Ren closed his eyes, raised his sword. Comprehend Koshiro's sword intent, comprehend it for your own use. Suddenly, Ren slashed out with an ethereal, illusory sword. The majestic rain seems to be completely still. The blade of the sword swept across the air and the raindrops. Before the raindrops split into 2, the sword arrived and appeared in front of Koshiro. Extremely fast sword intent, 1,000 cuts, boom. Koshiro's pupils froze suddenly. This is sword intent. What sword intent? So fast, as if faster than lightning. Koshiro sees every blow clearly. It's amazing. 1,000 cuts with 1 blow, like 10,000 thunders together. But when I blocked it, there was only 1 sound, killing with 1,000 strikes at the same instant. Gives the illusion of only 1 hit. This is more terrifying than his thousands of front and rear slashes, even more amazing. After Koshiro blocked, the whole person was directly sent flying. How is it possible? Not only is it fast, but every blow is extremely powerful. Koshiro looked down at the sword he was holding in both hands. He blocked it, but the sword was still vibrating, and his palms were numb. And at this moment, the water drop that was brushed by the sword exploded. This blow shocked the powerhouses of the 2 worlds instantly. Number 2 Kaido. What's the situation? He knows swordsmanship? Open black lens bracket number 2 rocks. I knew it before. How could such a profound sword intent and swordsmanship be learned only now? Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket Hawkeye number 2. What a terrifying fast sword. Close black lens bracket advertisement. Number 2 Whitebeard. It has something in common with Koshiro's sword intent, and it is really possible that he just learned it. Close black lens bracket. Number 1. Number 2 Golden Lion. What the hell is this monster? Number 1 Kizaru. Not a monster. A god. Number 1 Sengoku. This is an impossible miracle. Enlightenment sword? You really didn't know swordsmanship before? Koshiro looked at Ren in disbelief. That blow, its sword intent was faster and stronger than his. Of course, but I like your sword skills, Ren said and took a step. At the same time, a light voice sounded. Jei draws his sword and cuts. Aurora. Ren sheathed his sword, drew it and cut again. The afterimage of the figure remains in place. The real figure has appeared behind Koshiro. Poof. A bloodstained sword from Koshiro. The wound was not deep. Koshiro blocked, but not completely blocked. It's impossible to accept. How can there be such a genius in the world? Koshiro broke his defenses in his heart. I have practiced swordsmanship all my life, but I can't compare with others. This brief copy of Home, Flying Thunder and Wild Sword Technique. Koshiro turned around and unleashed his ultimate slash. The sky above the entire island is filled with extremely fierce sword intent. Lightning from above, open the sky with 1 sword. Ren is still strolling in the courtyard. Holding the sword in both hands, the speedy sword intent of annihilating everything pervades the entire island. A vertical chop seems simple, but it is not a novice in pure calendar. Rather, it is filled with an extremely fast sword intent that is enough to make everyone in the world horrified. In this moment of slashing, even some of the top powerhouses couldn't see the blade of the sword. All I saw was a black-red light flashing across the sky. Go straight for dozens of miles. A sword light stretched for dozens of miles, and the entire sky was divided into 2. And Koshiro blocked it with all his strength, but the famous sword in his hand broke with a click. The whole person was also thrown out. There was a sword wound on the body that hurt the internal organs. Maybe the next moment, he will die, but he doesn't care about life and death, but stares at the terrifying vision in the sky in astonishment. Tens of miles of sky were split open just like that. Such visions usually only happen occasionally when several top powerhouses confront each other. And a single strong person can hardly cause such a phenomenon. But Ren Blow didn't just cause this anomaly. Moreover, it is wider and deeper than the abyss created by the collision of 2-4 emperors in general.
It is the honor of every swordsman to die under this kind of swordsmanship.
It's just that Koshiro still can't believe it. Ren is learning his sword skills now. Then overtake him. I lost. Koshiro was still staring blankly at the sky. Number 2 Kira. FK. Open black lens bracket number 2 Kid. FK. close black lens bracket open black lens bracket number 2 golden lion. FK, close black lens bracket. At this moment, no one can calm down. Open black lens bracket number 2 Kaido. That big, Zhao Qian's, swordsman lost. He lost because he was similar to himself, but surpassed his swordsmanship, close black lens bracket. Number 1 and number 2 Garp. So scary. Open black lens bracket number 1 and number 2 Sengoku. In a flash, we witnessed a great swordsman who was unparalleled in the world, close black lens bracket. But at this moment, Ren still closed his eyes, savoring the unique sword intent carefully, and the next moment, he said amazingly, swordsmanship, it is really interesting, I have a new idea, if sword chi can also rapidly split each other, can it produce a fission reaction nuclear explosion? Number 1, number 2 Whitebeard, he is still learning about the sword. Koshiro looked at Ren whose sword intent was still rising. I was stunned, he is still comprehending the sword intent? Can he go to the next level? He was still unwilling just now, but at this moment Huali completely admires it. Just do what you think, Ren flicked the long sword in his hand. Slashing towards the sky, the sword energy in the sky does not form, and it is like a dense light particle slashing out. It looks slow, but it suddenly expands and fissions, and has a terrible fusion reaction with other sword chi light particles in an instant. Boom! Then the sword energy exploded like never before. The terrifying explosion ignited the oxygen in the entire sky. At this moment, an unprecedented spectacle appeared over the entire island. A group of explosive flames enveloped the entire island, soaring into the air, and went straight to the sky at a height of 10,000 meters. And it's been a long time since I left, it made people think that the end of the world is coming. What kind of sword technique is this? Hawkeye number 2 trembled all over, and the sword energy exploded, covering the sky for dozens of miles in Fang Yuan. Is this a slash that a sword can strike? He reached out and took off his black knife knight. After looking at it for a long time, he was in a daze for a long time. The swordsmanship I have been chasing for many years, is it not as good as Ren achievements in this short period of time? Swordsmanship. FK swordsmanship. What have I learned all these years? Swordsmanship. Not practiced. 103. Nuclear explosion sword art. A turning point in Zoro Kuina's fate. Seek full order. Advertisement. Even the world's number 1 swordsman had the idea of abandoning his sword and not practicing. The others were even more horrified from ear to ear. The top powerhouses have seen too many great swordsmen. Like Garp, Sengoku has even met more than one world's number 1 swordsman. From their youth to their old age, the world's number 1 swordsman, there have been a total of third-generation people. They have all seen that every generation of the world's number 1 swordsman has amazing talent and superb swordsmanship. But no matter how superior and astonishing it is, it cannot be compared with a monster like Ren. It's just a battle with a swordsman. In the same sword intent, he surpassed the long-trained Koshiro. And it goes way beyond. At this moment, he has created an unprecedented swordsmanship. Open the sky with one sword. Explode the sky with one sword. They are all terrifying swordsmanship that make Hawkeye feel ashamed. Can such a person create a set of swordsmanship suitable for all female physical characteristics? The answer is yes. No one will doubt Ren's monstrous talent. Open black lens bracket number 2 Hawkeye. Number 1 in the world, I don't deserve it, but I still want to fight Mr. Ren, close black lens bracket. In Marine HQ, Hawkeye number 2 declares war on Ren. He even longed to die in that extreme explosive swordsmanship. He looked back at the man sitting under the execution platform. The eyes of the falcon can't stop longing, trembling. I'm not free today, another day. Ren waved his hand and refused. There are still many important things to do today. How can I have time to accompany people to duels and the like? Number 2 Mr. Point 5. My explosive fruit. Even the aftermath of his swordsmanship can't compare to it. Number 1. Number 2 Garp. Did you find out? Ren's sword intent of the last explosive sword seems to have been seen somewhere before. Number 1. Number 2 Sengoku. Sabo the Archipelago. Number 1 Kizaru and Rayleigh battle. What is Kizaru's last blow? Garp number 1 and number 2. Yes, that's right, this is it, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket number 1 Kizaru. Brother Ren taught me swordsmanship, isn't it a normal thing? Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket Hawkeye number 2. What kind of sword technique is this? Close black lens bracket. Number 1 Kizaru. Nuclear explosion sword art. Number 2 red hair. This is the new pinnacle of swordsmanship. I am afraid that in the next few generations, no one may be able to surpass it, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket number 2 Whitebeard. This sword, I'm afraid it will seal the upper limit of swordsmanship in the entire era, close black lens bracket. Number 2 Apu. FK. I can learn this. Number 2 Kira. I want to learn this, but I can't learn it, I can see it clearly, but I still can't learn it. I don't have his understanding, will there be a more detailed teaching later? Open black lens bracket number 2 Jin. Brother Kaido and your excellency rocks 920, staring at each other, I don't know what to say, close black lens bracket. Number 1. Number 2 Golden Lion. Is it still too late to farm? Open black lens bracket number 1 Akainu. Big brother is the strongest, close black lens bracket open black lens bracket number 1 Venus. This is the chief inspector of our CPO, close black lens bracket. Asterisk 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 no matter how shocked and horrified people in the two worlds are. It's not as shocking as Koshiro's life. His ancestral home is Wanokuni, a place rich in great swordsmen. But this man is enough to suppress all the great swordsmen in Wanokuna's entire annals. What kind of sword technique is this? Koshiro also asked the same question as Hawkeye. Are you asking about the last move, or the last second move? Koshiro and many powerhouses felt very heartbroken. In such a short period of time, he has comprehended more than one kind of sword intent. Everyone asks, cough. The last second move, which combines your extreme speed, I call it Wuji swordsmanship, and the last move, which is based on the energy explosion produced by fusion, fission and collision, I call it nuclear explosion swordsmanship. Ren smiled lightly. Then came Koshiro. Wuji swordsmanship, nuclear explosion swordsmanship. I've never seen a monster like you, I deserve to die. Don't be in a hurry to die. We have agreed to exchange ideas. How could I really kill you? I will have to pay you back for your knife. I can't save my injury. I don't have any regrets. It's the best destination for a swordsman to die with such ultimate swordsmanship. My lord father, master, at this moment, Kuina and Zoro came back to their senses. Dear, master, has already produced an imaginable swordsmanship. Still lost. This man's swordsmanship is completely beyond the scope of swordsmanship they understand. More like the power of a god. Koshiro looked like he was going to die at this point. Both were extremely worried. The other disciples also rushed forward. If you say you won't die, you won't die, Ren said, raising his palm, and a piece of emerald green light sprinkled down. Koshiro's injuries are recovering at a speed visible to the naked eye. Advertisement. You are still an ability user? In the previous swordsmanship, there is no ability to use it? Koshiro was a little surprised. But compared to the swordsmanship honed in that battle, this is not too surprising. I forgot to mention, just now I comprehended a set of swordsmanship suitable for women in my mind. You don't say it yet, Dodd, let me take it easy. Koshiro felt himself in front of this monster. It's about to be hit to pieces. People are better than others, so angry, now he wants to die. I have practiced swordsmanship for decades, and others will surpass me in a single battle. It is one after another to comprehend various sword intents. Is this true genius? Hiss. Zoro looked at Ren in disbelief, his eyes were extremely hot. Swordsmanship suitable for women? Kuina couldn't help casting fiery glances at Ren. Not to mention them, even Koshiro couldn't hide the heat in his eyes at the moment. Want to learn? Ren asked with a smile. Yeah, Zoro nodded desperately. I think too. I'm sorry, I misunderstood you earlier, Kuina said a little coyly. She is a very strong person and rarely apologizes. Koshiro also looked up at Ren, his mouth opened, but there was no sound. Some words, as an adult, he really couldn't say them. Let me teach you. I will probably stay here for a few days, and I will come and see it every once in a while, by the way. Let them join the Iron's Chamber of Commerce, no problem, right? No problem. Koshiro had no problem. Zoro and Kuina are equally okay. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. People who don't know how to grasp are worse than fools. Besides, they are not fools. Koshiro knew how transcendent this swordplay was. If there is no certain relationship, why should people teach you everything? Master. Zoro and Kuina saluted respectfully. Master. Koshiro followed suit at the moment. Koshiro surprised Ren with his actions. Even the other disciples and Zoro, Kuina looked at their father and father. Before Ren could say anything, Koshiro spoke first. A master of swordsmanship is a teacher. If I learn your swordsmanship, you will be my teacher. No wonder your sword skills are so extraordinary, Ren admired. With this mind, no matter what you do, your future achievements will definitely not be low. Open black lens bracket number 2 Zoro. Kuina, and the fate of the other me, from this moment on, I have embarked on a completely different path from mine. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket number 2 Whitebeard. This guy named Koshiro is an amazing swordsman. Close black lens bracket. Ren big brother is amazing. Little Uda looked up proudly. Even such a strong swordsman actually worships Ren big brother as his teacher. Number 1 and Roger. I didn't see it with my own eyes. I really can't believe it. A master of swordsmanship and a beginner swapped identities in an instant. It's even a comic book, and it's never been so dramatic. Close black lens bracket. Number 1 and number 2 Sengoku. What are you doing in a daze? He is about to start teaching. Watch carefully, study carefully, and you can learn a little, enough for you to use for life. For the following week, Ren taught 2 children and 1 old swordsmanship in the gymnasium. Koshiro mastered it naturally faster. In the future, I can act as Zoro Kuina's teacher. Number 2 Red hair. His swordsmanship is suitable for women, elegant and flexible, focusing on quickness and precision to hit flaws. It perfectly avoids the open and close swordsmanship of men, and can even match the characteristics of the body, making extremely sharp and tricky strikes the stabbing attack. Mr. Ren, this is the first of its kind in swordsmanship. Number 2 Kira. I seem to have learned a little Wuji swordsmanship. He explained it in detail. It is really unimaginable. This is a swordsmanship that a person learned in one day. It feels like it has been accumulated for several ages and is perfect. Picky swordsmanship. Open black lens bracket number 2 Zoro. I got it. Close black lens bracket, though they don't have Ren amazing talent. There is no way to achieve frequent epiphanies and to achieve the realm of the supreme swordsman within a day. But within a week, Ren taught the 3 of them in great detail. Although the nuclear explosion swordsmanship is somewhat difficult for the 3 of them to understand.
But Wuji swordsmanship, they comprehend it very quickly.
The same is true for people in the world. At this moment, many swordsmen and swordsmen in the two worlds have learned something extremely precious.
Many people had an epiphany and stepped into the realm of iron-slaying swordsmen.
From this moment on, many swordsmen regard Ren as the god in the field of swordsmen. This is beyond the reputation of the world's #1 swordsman. Even little Luffy and little Uda practiced swordsmanship in a decent manner.
Although they are not good at it. Luffy, did you fight someone at the port a few days ago?
Hey, brother Ren, how do you know? Did you win the fight? Win? Attack me now, and I'll see how you've progressed recently. Okay. Open black lens bracket #2 Rouge. Is it finally our turn? The martial art I want to learn the most, hockey, close black lens bracket. Advertisement open black lens bracket #1 Sengoku. Ren-san, you will really benefit the whole world. How come I didn't see you benefiting Marine before? Close black lens bracket.
Sengoku is envious, there is such a good thing, give it to Marine as soon as possible.
Marine's overall strength can be further improved. Open black lens bracket Ren. Sengoku-san, you can give random orders, but you can't talk nonsense. Luffy, Ace, which one of them is not a Marine? Close black lens bracket. One word from Ren leaves Sengoku speechless. At Ren's signal, Luffy attacked him with his fists waving. After Ren easily blocked every move, he made guidance again according to Luffy's shortcomings. Your physical characteristics are suitable for bursting out, and also have various characteristics.
Marine's 6 style is very suitable for you. I have my own improved version of the 6 style.
I will teach you one by one first, but you have to remember that what I teach you is damn. You have to develop more suitable moves and attack methods on the basis of these 6 moves. Yeah, I know, Luffy said seriously, also study hard. The world is learning too. This is the superhuman exercise that the Marine and the world government have always cherished. And it was transformed by a super strong man like Ren. Extraordinary. However, although they study hard, this thing, except for a very small number of monsters. Talented people outside, it takes a long time for others to learn. But this has made the 5 elders of the two worlds faintly uneasy. If this continues, the general strength of the people on the entire sea will increase. Although the strength of the people under their command will also increase.
But the numbers don't compare. It's not very kind to their rule.
But that's a thing of the past when video is playing. It's not that Ren is actively doing these things, and they don't even bother to ask Ren for advice. Time flies. Video #1 fast forwards again. Garp chased the dragon back to the island to start the search.
Ren takes Luffy, Yuta and others on a journey to the Grand Line.
Koshiro sends Zoro and Kuina to see him off. The blast has a way back, let alone a human. See you next time. Ren stood at the bow, with a gentle smile, prickly heat. Iron sets sail again. Are there many people like Master Ren on the sea? Kuina looked at the departing ship, feeling a little sad. But it's more of a dream. I don't think there should be. He is unique. But there are still many interesting people and things in the sea. Koshiro smiled gently. Is it unique? Kuina yearned even more. Hey, Kuina, I feel that I have become a lot stronger, and now I want to challenge you. Little Zoro destroyed Kuina's yearning thoughts at this moment. Okay, today I will teach you what is the real swordsmanship. Hey, Master, why do I feel that Kuina is so fierce? Well, you'll be able to feel if it's really fierce after a while. When you talk about it in the future, it depends on the atmosphere, Zoro. Koshiro smiled slightly. Next, I will bring you a farewell song sung by Ben Uda and written and composed by Ren Big Brother. On the irons, little Uda stood on a small high platform piled up with wooden boxes, confidently. Say it to everyone. Yeah, Luffy and the crew on board applauded. Listening to Uda sing, that is a supreme enjoyment. Outside the long pavilion, beside the ancient road. This song fits the situation perfectly. The melodious singing is carried away by the sea breeze and blends with the sea. Open black lens bracket #2 Luffy. They are so free. Close black lens bracket Luffy yearns for it. Fortunately, he also has a good partner. He is also very free. It would be even better if Ace doesn't die in the future. Ren, Ace and Sabo have sent battle reports. Within a week, they defeated 3 pirates with a bounty of more than 30 million Baileys in a row. There are still 30 million Bailey pirates in East Blue. Garp is a bit slack. If you want him to make all pirates with more than 20 million disappear within 5 years, this is the qualification to let him go. Okay, I'll draft the overtime clause now. Open black lens bracket #1 Garp. Ren, be yourself. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket #1 Sengoku. It's not unreasonable that East Blue is now called the weakest sea. The pirates have been trained by them. Now East Blue has a bounty of more than 10 million pirates, basically all gone. Close black lens bracket open black lens bracket #2 Golden Lion. The pirates of East Blue are so miserable, close black lens bracket. #2 Kaido. What a tragedy. Where's the next destination? Ren asked. Kocoyasi village. Robin replied. Very good, I want to eat oranges. At this time, the timeline of satellite video has also been advancing. At the Grand Line, Luffy finally ushered in a major growth in destiny. This time he met 7 warlords of the sea, Lockdar. Open black lens bracket #2 Lockdal. Can't this paragraph be skipped? What does this video mean? How can I help him grow? Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket brother #2 Ming. I'm really curious, how did you get knocked down by the Straw Hat Boy? Just now he knocked down Creed, the Murlocs, the evil dragons, and the pirates all struggled. 104. Sand Crocodile. Peter is obviously a Straw Hat. Why am I the one who got hurt? Seek full order. Advertisement number 2. Nami watched quietly, just now she was in the number 2 video from Luffy. Looking back at what happened at the beginning of this year. She found a problem. That is except her mates. The world doesn't care what happened to her hometown. Pirates dominate the village? This kind of thing is not uncommon in the sea. Murlocs rule the fish, straight to the upper race. Many top powerhouses in the world just sneered and mocked a few words at that time. Laughing at the dragons over each, laughing at him, is a frog in a well. As for what happened to Kocoyasi village, the pirates showed no mercy. That is, marine symbolizes emotion and comfort, 2 sentences. Nami immediately understood, for many strong people. Everything that happened in her hometown is just a small misfortune among the many misfortunes of this era. For the first time, Nami realized that there are really few things in the world that can be called bright. They're all used to the dark. It's sad in the beginning. The Straw Hat Pirates grew up, because Luffy will be the One Piece in the future. So it's notable, but that's about it. If you really think about it, they're now a small mid-level force among the top powerhouses.
This kind of strength is not enough for them to pay more attention to it.
But it's time for the 7 warlords of the Sea Sand Crocodile event. The strong ones became a little curious. After all, the 7 warlords of the sea, strong or weak, are all world-renowned characters.
And Crocodile is still Logia, who had a remarkable record more than 20 years ago.
Had a fight with the bullet on Roger's boat, a tie, and also challenged Whitebeard in his mid-20s. It's just that he met the peak Whitebeard and he was defeated miserably. Then it kind of disappeared. Then he was invited to become 7 warlords of the sea.
And after staying in this position for many years, he still stands tall. He has strength.
In recent years news has spread from Alabasta that he has become a national hero. But many pirates who know K-Lock-Dar. I don't think so when I see news like this. That Sand Crocodile, if only he could become a hero. They can all become marine marshals, just don't know what he's doing with Alabasta. But now they know. In video 2, from the perspective of Luffy, the Straw Hat Pirates climbed the upside-down mountain and encountered Crocus and the whale Laboon. Roger, Futura and others in order not to let Crocus get into trouble. So I didn't post any barrage about Crocus on the video. Just strong guys like Rayleigh, Jabba, the redheads. They all looked at Crocus with smiles on their faces. It seems that he lived a good life in his later years, and he also silently followed the will of Captain Roger. Here at Cape Twins, guide travelers and new pirates entering the Grand Line. Let them improve their survival rate in this cruel sea, lest some good seedlings die prematurely. In this way, there will be more strong men who can fight against the darkness in the sea in the future. Open black lens bracket number 2 Brook. Woo, Laboon. Laboon, I finally see you. I miss you so much. Close black lens bracket. 2 Brook sees Laboon in real life again, both excited and distressed. Luffy and others arrived in Whiskey Town all the way, and met Princess Vivi of Alabasta. From this point on, they also officially clashed with Barlock's work in 7 Warlords of the Sea. Brother number 2 Ming. Fufufu, let me just say you, how could you become some kind of national hero in Alabasta? You are trying to steal this ancient country that has been around for thousands of years, but you said it in the barrage before. What you really want is ancient weapon. Close black lens bracket. Rocks number 2. Sand crocodiles don't think they're smart, do they? Alabasta is the only descendant of the 20th royal family who didn't live in the Holy Land. Do you think we didn't think that this ancient weapon might exist in this country? I have searched for it several times, and even the king of the previous generation was killed by me. It's a pity that I didn't ask anything. Number 2 Locked Doll. That's because you didn't hold the trump card of Nico Robin who understands history and texts, but I once grasped it. Judging from Nico Robin's expression at the beginning, ancient weapons do exist, at least Alabasta has clues, and I suspect there are previous finished products dormant in this country. Number 2 Whitebeard. Then your luck is very good, you don't want to find that thing to hit me, Sand Crocodile Brat, Gu la la la. Advertisement. Number 2 Graham Locked Doll. Shut up, Whitebeard. Number 2 Ivankov. With such a dark history, the Sand Crocodile is still so stubborn in the face of Whitebeard. Open black lens bracket number 2 Luffy. Huh. What black history? Close black lens bracket open black lens bracket number 2 Locked Doll. Ivankov. Shut up, you monster king. Close black lens bracket. Number 2 Ivankov. S asterisk 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 E king. Thank you for the compliment. Number 2 Graham Locked Doll. Lousy is not praising you. Number 2 Ivankov. Straw Hat Boy. How did you defeat Lockadar? In a place like the desert, it is not easy to win Lockadar Boy. Open black lens bracket number 2 Luffy. Just win like that, this guy is so annoying, he has been destroying Vivi's country. Close black lens bracket. Number 2 Locked Doll. Straw Hat Boy, you are still so angry when you talk. Open black lens bracket number 2 Luffy. That's what I love to say, believe it or not, I'll beat you up again. Close black lens bracket. Ivankov number 2. I'm escaping from prison, don't start fighting now, what's the matter after leaving Impel down? Many jailers are surrounded. Magellan is not dead yet. If he recovers later, everyone will have nothing to eat. Close black lens bracket. Video number 2 continues to play amidst the discussion among the crowd. Through Luffy's vision, People in the two worlds who don't know the truth can quickly understand the situation. In order to seize Alabasta, Crocodile used dancing powder to make the whole country suffer from drought, took the opportunity to incite the people in the country to rebel, and pushed the blame for using dancing powder to King Cobra. Weaken the Vivi family's control over the country step by step.
And let the Pakistan Lock Work Agency under his command get huge benefits from it.
At the same time, the Pakistani Lock Workers Association is also the main force of the sedition. Everything was going well until the arrival of the Straw Hat Pirates. From Whiskey Town, to Little Park, to Alabasta. The Straw Hat Pirates have escaped the pursuit of Bar Lock Works time and time again. Open black lens bracket number 2 Raziru. Boss, it's Dory and Brogy, close black lens bracket. Number 2 red hair. I haven't seen them for a long time. I don't know when their duel will be over, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket number 2 Roger. How many years has it been? Are they still fighting, close black lens bracket. Rayleigh number 2. After all, it is warrior's honor. The video is fast forwarding, and soon the Straw Hat Luffy came to the rainy land of Alabasta. Here Straw Hat crew has its first head-to-head encounter with sand crocodiles. After several twists and turns, a battle between King and King appeared. On the outskirts of the rainy land, when Luffy faced the sand crocodile for the first time, he suffered a lot. Although it's not the first time Luffy has met Logia.
Encountered Smoker before, but escaped that time.
But not this time they came to challenge themselves, and Luffy had to win. But the concept of Logia is too unfamiliar to a group of fledgling pirates.
Still relying on Luffy to do his best, he couldn't help Lockdoll.
Luffy's attack hit the elemental body of Crocodile, and it couldn't cause any damage.
However, the sandstorm and desert sword held by Lockdoll easily pushed Luffy into desperation.
In the end, Luffy even used such bad moves as gulping. But still easily defeated by Crocodile, the golden hook in his hand directly pierced the Straw Hat Boy's body. Then a quicksand pit completely swallowed the Straw Hat Boy. The first head-to-head confrontation, Straw Hat Luffy was completely defeated. Open black lens bracket brother number 2 Ming. This is strange. Logically speaking, even if it is a phantom beast, if it is buried alive by quicksand like this, it will definitely die. How can it defeat you later? Close black lens bracket.
No. 2 Whitebeard. Hey, Garp, what did you do? It doesn't matter whether your grandson wants to be a pirate or a marine, no matter how busy you are, you should learn some basic common sense. Even Logia doesn't know, and before that even Seastone the method of restraining ability users is learned from the enemy. What did your grandfather teach you?
Open black lens bracket number 2 Garp. Close black lens bracket. Why did I lie down and get shot again? But seeing Luffy fight 7 warlords of the sea for the first time, he was abused like this. Garp can't refute. Sometimes he wants to teach, but Luffy can't listen at all. But no matter what, he has an unshirkable responsibility. Number 2 Kaido. There is nothing wrong with the way Sand Crocodile handles it. Close black lens bracket. Number 2 Brother Ming. It's still too big. If it were me, it would be safer to cut off the head of the Straw Hat Boy. Close black lens bracket.
Open black lens bracket no. 2 Akainu. HMPH, a mere Shichibukai will turn a big country into a mess. In my opinion, the 7 warlords of the sea system should not exist. Close black lens bracket.
Video number 2 continues to advance. 0 for flowers, just when Straw Hat Luffy is about to die.
Advertisement. Nico Robin waits for Lockdoll to go far, uses the ability, and saves the Straw Hat Luffy. Open black lens bracket number 2. Don't wait for the child to die before leaving. You are too confident. No matter how busy you are, it won't take a few minutes, and you will be rescued. Open black lens bracket and no. 2. Useless sand crocodile, even the people around you betrayed you. Close black lens bracket.
Number 2 Brother Ming. Others betrayed. Maybe it was the sand crocodile who was not good at defending, but if it was Nico Robin, the son of the devil, it would not be surprising at all. This woman is famous for her betrayal in the underground world. Close black lens bracket. Soon the video fast forwards to the second confrontation between Luffy and Lockdoll. The location is Alabasta Palace. This time Luffy knew about Lock's weakness. With a bucket on his back, he suddenly fell from the sky, and sent out a friendship-breaking fist to fly the undefended Crocodile. Lockdoll was furious and broke out with all his strength. After a hard fight, he grabbed the Straw Hat Boy by the neck. Suck it up. The second confrontation, although Lockdoll was known to be afraid of the water's weakness. But he still defeated the Straw Hat Boy. He casually threw the Straw Hat Boy who sucked the adult dry from a high place. Number 1 Golden Lion. Are you an idiot? Number 2 Graham Lockdoll. What did you say? Lockdoll said angrily. People in another world are scolding him. Number 1 Golden Lion. I said, are you stupid? You don't do things meticulously. It's the first time that the Straw Hat Boy survived after being severely injured by you. Although he was rescued, he can continue to fight with you in such a short time. It means that this guy's vitality is extraordinary. If he dries up, why don't he take the opportunity to make up for it? If you have to be so arrogant to think that he is bound to die, let me ask you, how long will it take to make up for it? It doesn't even take a second for you. Rough, it's too rough, don't think about it. This time the Straw Hat Boy is definitely not dead, and then he beat you for the 3rd time. Lockdoll looked at this barrage and wanted to refute. But the result was guessed later. This left him speechless for a moment. At that time, he was concerned about ancient weapon, and was irritated by the Straw Hat Boy, so he didn't think about it that much. Looking back now, he also wonders why he didn't make up for it. Number 2 bullet. Whether or not to make up the knife is the second. The biggest problem is, after so many years, why hasn't your strength improved? You were able to fight me back and forth back then. And more than 20 years later, you haven't even learned hockey. What are you doing, Sand Crocodile? You make me feel very ashamed. Number 2 Brother Ming. There is really no progress in strength, it all depends on the power of the Logia fruit, which is a bit of a waste. If this ability is given to me, it would be great. Furfur. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Number 2 Whitebeard. Sand Crocodile Brat's arrogant personality has never changed. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Number 2 Graham Lock Doll. Shut up. Close black lens bracket. Looking at Bullet's words, K-Lock couldn't hold back his face anymore. B********* D Bullet. Whitebeard is fine with scolding. Even a Bullet who has been imprisoned and impelled down for an unknown number of years dares to scold himself. Although he is now locked up, but being scolded by the old prisoner and old opponent. Still very sad. They have no idea what has happened to them all these years. Besides, the comparison is obviously the Straw Hat Boy. Why do you always mention me? Look at the Straw Hat. If you don't mind, go watch the number 1 video. How can you keep picking on your own faults? Although he himself is still picking, but now he is really introspecting. Number 2 Bullet. It seems that you have some opinions on me. Let you see my current strength. Don't think that I am targeting you deliberately. I want to tell everyone in the world that not only you are a hot chicken, they are all spicy chicken. When I go out, I will surpass all of you in no time. Number 2 Graham Lock Doll. Home of Megalomania. Number 2 Ivankov, FK. Number 2 Jinbei. FK. Number 2 Luffy. Damn it, open black lens bracket. Number 2 Kaido. What happened? Close black lens bracket. If they remember correctly, these guys are all jailbroken and impelled down now. It should be fighting with the jailer. Maybe the reinforcements from the world government have also arrived. They want to escape impelled down. I'm afraid it's not that simple. NG Lock Dark Barrage, sent halfway, suddenly disappeared. But Jinbei, Luffy and others, who are also jailbreakers, suddenly released a barrage of amazement. What happened? Could it be that Bullet has trouble with Lock Doll? 105. Angry enough to vomit blood. Get used to the darkness, and don't forget the light, seek full order. Advertisement. Number 2 Ivankov. Lock Dar Boy was knocked down by Bullet Boy who suddenly broke through the wall. Open black lens bracket. Number 2 Jinbei. The slap was quick. Lock Doll fell down before he could react. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Number 2 Brother Ming. What? Close black lens bracket. Number 2 Whitebeard. No matter how you say it, that brat Sand Crocodile hasn't grown much these years, but Bullet's conditions and impelled down should be worse than him, right? Why was he knocked down by a punch? Close black lens bracket. Number 2 Red Earl. You were wrong. We used to think that we could not escape in this life, so we all gave up training.
After all, 1 year, 2 years, we can still have hope, but 5 years, 10 years, in 20 years, how many people do you think will have hope?
But Bullet is a lunatic, a freak. He seems to have always believed that he can go out. He works hard every day, and after 20 years of hard training, his strength is no longer what it used to be. For example, if Sand Crocodile's strength is as strong as in the video, it is possible for him to be killed with a single punch when he is caught off guard. Close black lens bracket. Number 2 Redhead. Sand Crocodile is too miserable, just sent a few bullet screens, and Bullet came to his door. Still can't beat him, he was able to fight Bar before. The powerhouses who got the exact news all side. The Sand Crocodile left a deep impression on you strong people when you were young. Unexpectedly, after more than 20 years, he has not made much progress. Marco number 2. That guy won't be completely decadent after losing to his father, right? After all, it's been 24 years. The strength really hasn't improved by 10 points? Number 2 Eagle Eye. Not only did it not improve, but it also felt a little weaker. Close black lens bracket. Number 2 Impelled down. Can't stop a single punch. What a useless piece of trash. Have you lived outside for more than 20 years in vain? Bullet, who was as strong as a ferocious monster, gave a 1-4-3 look and was caught by him. Clock Doll, who punched down, foamed at the mouth, and rolled his eyes, said with disappointment and disdain. If you hadn't attacked the boss suddenly, do you think you would have succeeded? Mr. 1 stood in front of the unconscious Kel Doll, acting as a bodyguard, looking at Bullet vigilantly and expressionlessly. Lock Doll is his Daz, bonus-approved man. It is natural to protect his safety. If I can't defend myself, it's because I'm not strong enough. He's not qualified to be my opponent anymore. Bullet turned and left. He also didn't want to waste time getting stuck and impelled down. Luffy, Jinbei, Ivankov and others just watched in astonishment. Things happened so fast that they didn't even come to their senses. The main reason is that Bullet is too pervert. Lock Doll just got brought down, now what? Seeing this, Mr. 1 took the initiative to pick up the unconscious Clock Dar, and then followed the main force to continue the prison escape. Damn B***********. D. After a while, K-Lock Doll woke up leisurely. His face is extremely ugly. What the hell is that Bullet guy? How can I become so strong and impelled down? Although they were on the 6th floor not long ago, the 6th floor was extremely dark, and some cells were far away, so they didn't know each other's specific situation at all. Besides, they were all under seastone shackles at that time, even if they knew each other's existence. It is also difficult to judge the strength of the time. At this time, the second battle between Luffy and K-Lock in the second video began. It's an underground royal tomb. When K-Lock Doll confirmed that Nico Robin would rather not tell himself about the ancient weapon, but also tried to assassinate him. Lock Doll mercilessly pierced her body with the barbed hook in his hand. At this time, Luffy came to the door for the third time. Can't kill the Straw Hat Boy again, and Clock Dar, who can't get the ancient weapon, is completely furious. But Luffy is also full of anger, because of Clock Doll. This country has become like this, and countless people have died. Let his partner, Princess Vivi, despair several times. The two fought frantically, and Luffy took advantage of the fact that blood can condense sand. Fight to the end with Clock Doll, who also intends to kill the Straw Hat Kid completely. Bang bang bang. Under the powerful and crazy confrontation of the two, the entire underground Imperial tomb gradually burst into pieces. As the battle intensified, Clockdale kept his eyes on the Straw Hat. For a moment, he saw the arrogant and unruly appearance of his youth in the Straw Hat Boy. Although he is an enemy, at this time, Clock Dar has gradually appreciated this little brat who never gives up. He used to be like this, until he met the day. Only then did he know how terrifying the strongest in the world is.
That was his eternal nightmare, and on his own, he could never surpass that monster in his entire life. For this reason, he has been negative for a long time. Lost in Alabasta.
Until I accidentally got a rumor that Alabasta was sleeping with ancient weapon. This gave Clock Doll the hope of taking down Whitebeard. Advertisement, but Nico Robin still didn't cooperate in the end.
Even if I leave the entire Paris Lock Work Society to her to take care of.
She still doesn't want to help herself get the ancient weapon. What an inexplicable obsession, and just now he pierced her body with his own hands. She will usher in death.
I have no hope of defeating Whitebeard. What's the point of being alive? Lock Doll is full of confusion.
Open black lens bracket number 2 Whitebeard. Sand Crocodile doesn't seem to be able to see how desperate he is. Close black lens bracket. Number 2 Brother Ming. Hey, Sand Crocodile, this is too ugly. You should fight to the end. Your eyes are not the eyes that want to kill, so numb. It's just that you can't get ancient weapon. It's not like this, get discouraged. Do you deserve to be called 7 warlords of the sea? Number 2 Graham Lock Doll. Stop standing and talking, no backache. Number 2 Moria. You are not dead. Number 2 Graham Lock Doll. You died and I didn't die. Open black lens bracket number 1 Sengoku. Luffy on the opposite side is really bad. It takes so much effort to beat a Sand Crocodile, and he suffered such a serious injury. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket number 1 Garp. What Ren teaches is strong. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket number 1 Zephyr. Let him be the chief instructor of Marine. Maybe we will end the era of pirates early. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket number 2 Kaido. Sand Crocodile. Why don't you put this guy here as a teacher for the Straw Hat Kid? After fighting again and again, even if you don't have monster talent, after just a few fights like this, ordinary people can become much stronger, and their weaknesses can still be touched. I made it clear, you are Logia, you just lose your mind when you are angry, and you instinctively distance yourself, using Logia's ability to crush him from a distance. Is it that difficult? Anyway, you can't get ancient weapon. Why are you still dying in the underground Imperial tomb? Close black lens bracket. Number 2 Lock Doll. To put it lightly, you are just a 4 emperors. The Straw Hat Boy will really become the One Piece in the future. Maybe you will also be defeated.
No to Kaido. Just this brat. Let's talk if you can resist me. Marco no. 2. From an objective point of view, it's not entirely because the Sand Crocodile is weak, but Ace's younger brother.
His adaptability and vitality are too tenacious. He was pierced through his body in the first battle, and he was sucked into a human body for the second time. Ordinary people would not be able to survive, but he recovered quickly. Open black lens bracket and number 2. Is it due to the fruit of Nika? This brat, I'm afraid I can't underestimate him in the future. Close black lens bracket. At the end of the fight, Luffy kicked Lock Doll into the air. Then he took a deep breath, bulging his belly, and expelled it in one breath, and the whole person also spouted and jumped to the front of K-Lock Doll.
Rubber Storm. Powerful and crazy fists, with blood, hit K-Lock Doll like a storm.
Punched him from the ground to the ground, the sky, beat him until he passed out. Completely shattered Lock's ambitions. The third fight, Straw Hat Luffy wins. Open black lens bracket number 1 and number 2 Rocks. Not much to watch, so, can such a kid really surpass me? Becoming the future One Piece, is there something wrong? Close black lens bracket. Number 2 Red Earl. Nika fruit is very powerful, but devil fruit alone can go far. Number 2 Sengoku. Garp. Why'd I feel that even Lock Doll is more suitable to be a teacher than you? Although the process was a bit bumpy, the 3 battles with Lock Doll and the mercy of Lock Doll's subordinates made Luffy's strength. Number 2 Garp. Sengoku UB******** D. Open black lens bracket number 2 Lock Doll. Lousy is not showing mercy. Lousy simply lost. Close black lens bracket. Number 2 Brother Ming. It's simply getting weaker. I wanted to cooperate with you before, but if you only have this kind of strength, there's no need for it. Close black lens bracket. Number 2 Lock Doll. Wait for me. Wait until I get out and kill you all. Bullet, Doflamingo, and Whitebeard. Open black lens bracket number 2 Whitebeard. I just got knocked down by a punch, and my tone is still so naive. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket number 2 Graham Lockdoll. You. Close black lens bracket open black lens bracket number 2 Brother Ming. This is the truth. Close black lens bracket. Number 2 Ivankov. Locked Darboy is vomiting blood from your anger. As the saying goes, curse people without revealing their weaknesses. Whitebeard's revelation. The eyes of Clock Doll, who was already angry, went dark, and he spurted out a mouthful of blood. Open black lens bracket number 2 Jack. What a pity, such a Shichibukai, I can fight 3 of them. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket lightning number 2. He vomited blood again. Close black lens bracket at this moment. Locked Doll suffered more mental attacks than ever before. Even number 2 Brother Ming felt that his presence lowered the gold content of their 7 warlords of the sea. Because he didn't make up the knife twice, he was defeated by a fledgling Straw Hat Kid. And the final fight, the performance is also very ordinary. At this moment, K-Lock Doll has completely become a negative teaching material. How could K-Lock not be ashamed and angry? Straw Hat Kid, it's all your fault. Lock Doll yelled at the Straw Hat Kid who was running in the front. What did you say? There was a shell hitting the ground just now, I didn't hear clearly, Luffy asked. Zero. Even you want to humiliate me? Damn it, you will all be killed sooner or later. Lock Doll thought that Luffy said this deliberately. Advertisement immediately, the angry face was distorted, the mentality completely exploded. He decided that after escaping impelled down, he must exercise hellishly. Kill them all in the future. Get back all the face lost today. Number 2 Golden Lion. Having said that, judging from this video, Lock Doll has indeed played a major role in making the Straw Hat Boy stronger. If there is a similar scene, it means that the grandson of Garp in the number 1 video is also very likely to encounter another sand crocodile. Ant number 2. Probably, the number 1 video has also been fast forwarded a little bit. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket number 2 Moria. Speaking of which, what kind of black history does the sand crocodile have? Even that guy, the Monster King, can't explain it clearly. Close black lens bracket. Number 2 Lock Doll. Don't ask if you shouldn't, do you want to die? Open black lens bracket number 2 Moria. I'm so angry. Close black lens bracket when the Straw Hat Kid in video 2 beats Lock Doll, the video fast forwards. There are no major growth points in Destiny for the time being. So everyone's attention shifted to one no video. After the number 1 video was fast forwarded a little, when it reached Kocoyasi village, it didn't fast forward very much. Open black lens bracket number 2 Nami. Have you arrived in my hometown, but at this time, the evil dragon has not come yet. Close black lens bracket. At this moment, Nami longs for the dragon to come. Because she has already gotten to know Ren initially, he is a gentle person who doesn't see the suffering in the world. Although it seems that he often fishes and is lazy, he is definitely a qualified marine. If the evil dragon is here at this time, he will definitely take action to get rid of it. In that way, Kokoyasi village would not suffer so many years of oppression. As soon as the irons approached the port, many children approached quickly. It's the ship of Ren Big Brother. Ren Big Brother, did you bring us something good this time? This time I picked a lot of oranges, and they are all the best in appearance. This time, I will definitely be able to exchange a lot of comic books with you. Me too, Marine Big Brother, I want to exchange toys. In the crowd, many children were elated and scrambling to speak. Because Kokoyasi village is located in a remote place, all of them are small villages. There is no large-scale market, and the market supply is not large. Some things outside the island can only be exchanged by relying on the ships of the merchants to dock. The oranges in Kokoyasi village are very good, after Ren went back and forth several times. In the eyes of the children, he was almost like a traveling merchant. Everyone, don't worry, what do you like? You can choose slowly later. Ren signaled to Robin to ask someone to move out some things collected from the islands along the way. 0.7 Ren pulled up a wooden plank and placed it randomly on 2 stones. Then several marines carried many things and laid them on the wooden boards. A dazzling array of small commodities immediately made the children's eyes light up. Bartering is also one of the little things in life for Ren. Many adults are also watching with smiles on the shore. Open black lens bracket number 2 Aokiji. This small village seems to be the hometown of Nami, the navigator of the Straw Hat Pirates. It turned out that before they were occupied by the evil dragon, they lived, so happy? Seeing this scene, Aokiji was greatly touched. Over the years, he has been used to the darkness, and his heart is not easy to be touched. When he saw the situation in Nami village before, he didn't have much reaction. After all, such things often happen on the sea, but now seeing these children and these adults, there are happy smiles on their faces.
That smile hits the bottom of his heart. I also thought of the pain and numbness on the faces of these villagers in the number 2 video.
The two formed an extremely sharp and dazzling contrast. Aokiji suddenly noticed that these treasures seemed to be in the usual darkness. Something was gradually lost. At this time, a little girl with orange hair and a cheerful smile squeezed through the crowd with a basket of oranges and came to Ren. Nami. Slow down, wait for me. Nuo Kagao shouted from behind. Ren Big Brother, I asked you to help me find the complete map of East Blue last time, did you find it?